Manually typing numbers works, but let's be honest. Your users don't want to read documentation, remember special tricks, or type numbers into a sort order field. They want to click a button and have the computer do the work for them. So today we're going to add move up and move down buttons to make reordering records simple and intuitive. Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. This is part 77 of my fitness database series. But remember, even if you're not building a fitness database, the techniques I'm covering today can be used anywhere you need users to control the order of their records. Whether it's steps in a manufacturing process, customer priority rankings, or your top 3 Star Trek captains list that absolutely nobody can agree on, even though we all know it's Picard, Kirk, and Pike in that order. Yes, you can post your hate comments below. Last time we built a user-controlled display order system that added the sorting and renumbering logic behind the scenes. We learned how the 1.5 trick lets us move records around while keeping everything properly numbered. If you don't remember that, go watch last video, part 76. That worked great, but it still requires users to manually edit the sort order field themselves. Today we're going to take the next logical step and build move up and move down buttons that automatically handle those changes for the user. We'll make our Requery code reusable, preserve the currently selected record after reordering, and add a couple of small interface improvements to make the form easier to use. You ready? Let's get started. Alrighty, so last time we got our sort ordering working. If you want to move chest up to number 2, you just make this like 1.5 and boom, it goes up top there. Now, what I want to do is make sure we stay on chest, right? And we've done this before when we reordered stuff like in our food log. So we know how to do this. Let's just add it to this now. So in my reordering routine in this guy, right, which should be, let's see here. Yep, here we are. Right down here. Okay, so we need to track what the current ID that we're on is and then find that record when we're done. Real simple, right? So we need an old ID as a long. Before we do anything, we'll say old ID equals routine detail ID, the record that we're on. And then when we're all done, we're going to requery the list because we want everything to appear correctly. But then when we're done requerying it, we're going to find that record. And we're going to use me.recordset find first, right? me.recordset.find first routine detail ID equals old ID. And yeah, you can use the record set clone and set the bookmark and blah, blah, blah. There are better methods of doing this, but this works 99% of the time. There are some situations where this doesn't work, but this will work just fine for us and what we're doing today. All right, save it. Close it, open it, go back in. All right, let's move quadriceps up first. So I'm going to go 0.5. Ready? Boom. All right, it stays up there. Let's move it down to third. So to go to third, I'm going to make this 3.5. Right? Because then calves will be 1, chest will be 2, quadriceps will be third. Boom, and it stayed on it. See? See? And if you want to move it over, you can. If you want to do a set focus over here, that's up to you. I don't want to accidentally change that, though. I want to keep the sort order there. Okay? Now, one thing I really haven't given the user the ability to do is change what routine this is on. That's up to you. Let's say you want to move this from the full body to the forward. I don't really need all that. You could put a little combo box down here to let them change the routine. I don't think that's necessary. If you guys really want to see that, let me know. It's literally just a combo box here that lets you change the routine ID. But I don't think it's necessary. If you really want to move it, just delete it and add it to the other one. Right? Now, the next trick I'd like to do is we can renumber these by changing the numbers, but the user's not going to remember that 1.5 trick. Let's make some buttons that do it for them. Right? We'll put little buttons down here, little plus and minus buttons. Or you can use little arrow buttons if you want to get fancy with images on them and stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just put 2 little buttons down here to move the item that you're currently sitting on up or down. Right? Form design, give me a command button, drop it down, yeah. Cancel the wizard. I'm just, for now, going to put a little minus and a little plus in there. So minus to move it up, and a plus to move it down. Actually, let's check the images. I forget what kind of images in here because I don't use them that often. Let's see, picture right here. Let's take a peek and see what pictures we got. All right, let's see. Is there an up? Oh, there's an up arrow, down arrow. Okay, we'll use these. All right, so we'll do arrow up. All right, that does look better. All right, so there's an arrow up. And we'll do another one. Copy, paste, and we'll put it there. And we'll do arrow down. Arrow down. Arrow go up. Arrow go down. Okay. Let's give these buttons good names. Let's call this one the move up BTN, move up button. And this one will be the move down button. Okay. Now, what am I putting in here? Well, let's right click, build event. Now, what I want to do essentially is I want to change the sort order of the record that I'm on, either plus 1.5 or minus 1.5, depending on the way that I want to move it, and then requery the list. Now, requerying the list is just all of this stuff. So let's make this a reusable function or subroutine, right? So in here, I'm going to say requery list and sub. So it happens in the same spot we did before with the sort order after update. But now we're just going to say, I'm going to make it public just in case later on we want to have someone else use it. Public sub requery list. Okay, and now this whole thing is now reusable, right? And so now in the move up button, I can say sort order equals sort order. The move up is going to be minus 1.5, and then requery the list. And then the move down button, guess what? It's going to be the other way. Build event. And we'll just copy and paste. Could we make this a function handler like we did before and send it a value? Yeah, but for just these two, that's not that big of a deal. If we had a whole crap load of buttons, yeah, I'd make it an event handler so we didn't have 30 of these in here. But just for these two, I'm not worried about it. Debug, compile, close it, close it, close it, and open it. All right, here we go. I'm on chest. Ready? Down, down. Down, 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 doesn't matter. All right, it keeps going to 5 and getting renumbered. Up, 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 down, down, up, down. Pretty cool stuff, huh? So today we made our custom display order system much easier to use by adding the little move up and move down buttons and preserving the current record after reordering, making the whole process user-friendly for people who will actually be using the database. In the next lesson, we're going to improve the user interface even more by highlighting the current record and making it easier to see where you are as you move through related data. Not just the current field, that's easy. We're going to highlight the whole row. And we're going to highlight all 3 of them so you can see the program, the routine, and the routine details all highlighted. Here's a preview. It's going to look really cool. Check this out. Look at that. See? You like that? Huh? All right, so post a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of today's lesson and what you'd like to see coming up in future lessons. That's going to be your Tech Help video for today, brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you soon for part 78. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. If you're new to Microsoft Access, check out my Access Beginner Level 1 course. It's over 4 hours long and it covers all the basics like tables, queries, forms, and reports. It's a great place to start and it's also completely free. Members of my channel get extended cut videos, sample databases, access to my code vault, and full training classes every month. Click the join button for details. Thanks for watching. I'm Richard Rost with AccessLearningZone.com. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.